Now in this video, I'm going to teach you a simple process you can use to draw this type of hairstyle using only your charcoal pencil. Let's get started. So this is our sketch. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to use our charcoal pencil to outline the hair, okay, the various hair, like the strands, every bit of hair. We are going to outline it with our charcoal pencil, okay, so that during the process everything will be very, very easy for us. Okay, so that's exactly what we are going to do. So first of all, I'm using my charcoal pencil to bring out exactly that, and with that I'm with my reference photo. So when the lines where I'm not able to see the lines or to trace it, I reconfirm from my reference photo, which is by me, to bring out exact same thing. Do you understand? One mistake that people make is they try to create all these things from their mind, beginners. So it's very difficult for them to get the right hair or with the resemblance when drawing. So with time, for time purpose, I'm going to speed up this process. Okay, I'm going to speed up this process so that it will go fast for us. Now let's quickly watch it. Watch exactly what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just watching. Since I was able to bring out during the sketch, I was able to simplify the thing for myself to make sure the hair, I trace it, everything, I drew everything down. It's very, very easy for me. So now I'm just using my charcoal pencil to bring them out, to make them permanent. So when I'm blending them, do not disappear. I won't be wondering where this is, where this like, do you understand? Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. So pay attention to the process. So this is the first process. The first process is to use your charcoal pencil to outline the hair. That's the first process. So once I'm done with this, we're going to move on to the next process. You need to keep the steps in your head. Do you understand? So that's exactly what I'm doing. Try as much as possible as a beginner. You don't do this from your head. You don't do this from your head. Okay. Now I'm done with it. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to draw the braids. Okay, the braids in the hair. You know, some of the hair, you see that the braids are visible. Okay, the Raster hair, you see that the braids are visible. Those box. So that's what I'm going to represent in there. Do you understand? That's what I'm representing. I'm just watching what's on my reference to make sure I put it exactly there. Do you understand? Yes. And when you look at the reference, it's not all the hair that the braids are visible like that. So we are going to do the ones that are visible. All this process, you need to be patient and do them. Don't try to skip it. Don't skip all this process by outlining the hair, by bringing out the braids gradually or one after the other. Okay, don't try to skip it. Try your best to bring everything out if you want to really achieve the resemblance you are looking for in your drawing. Do you understand? This is what the big artists, this is what they do. Do you understand? They have a lot of patience. All these great artists that you know, pencil artists and things that you know, it's patience. If you don't have the patience, you can't do them. So you need to try your best to exercise patience whenever you are doing these kind of things. Okay, that's the more reason why I'm keeping this video as a real time, so that you guys really know what goes into it. Do you understand? So gradually I'm bringing out the braids, and not all the braids or not all the hair that has the braids visible enough, and I'm only doing portion of it. Then the next one, I'll show you the techniques that I'm going to use. Do you understand? So let's watch and enjoy the process. You need to do it gradually. You know, some of the braids, the direction of them are different, so you need to be watching your reference photo a lot. You shouldn't do it from your head. Okay, you need to watch your reference photo at all time. Some of them, the direction is different. So if you really want to achieve the resemblance, you need to. The reason being that it's not about the direction per se, but then with the reflection of light. Okay, sometimes when light bounce on them, they behave differently. That's how it is. The position and things change because of the depth, the darkness and things. Do you understand? So that's why you need to constantly watch your reference photo when you are doing these kind of things. You might not be able to, there's no way you will achieve every single breath in there. No, never. It doesn't happen. But make sure you achieve majority of them. The one that will make the things look real, like, oh, okay, this hair, when somebody looks at it, do you understand? There's no way that you can achieve every single breath there. No, there's no way. But then make sure you achieve something similar to it. That's the rule. Achieve something similar to it. Okay, so just watch it and just duplicate it. Just watch it, and so gradually, that's what I'm doing. Okay. The best feeling is to take your time and produce an artwork. At the end of the day, like, this artwork came out perfectly. Okay, you even forget all the time you even spent doing all these things. Do you understand? Try to make everlasting artwork. Okay, don't make artworks that with time they lose value. Okay, when somebody look at it, it's not nice. Or when yourself you look at it, it's not nice. Make timeless artwork. Okay, make timeless artwork. That's what they call masterpiece. Okay, I've done a couple of masterpieces for years now, over 6 to 7 years now. Okay, over 6 to 7 years now and counting. If you look at them, you still clap. Do you understand? And I deliberately did them. I deliberately do those works. I equally have my commission works that I do for people other way and things. Do you understand? But then when you look at the masterpiece, you still feel like, yeah, they are on it. That you need to put time into it. You need to put a lot of time into it. So we are done with our briefs. Okay. So the next process we are going to do is we are going to do the other hairs. Okay. So you see the technique I'm doing for the other hair. Okay, I'm just doing kind of scribble round, small, because when you look at the reference photo there, that's how it looks like. Now that side is not braids. It's not really the braids are not visible like that. Okay, so I won't waste my time and do that, because at the end of the day, it wouldn't look real when you are comparing to the reference photo. So you need to be strategic. Okay, you need to adapt certain styles. So I'm using scribble for these portions. So most of them I'm going to use scribble. It's only few of them that I'm going to do the braids. Okay, so you just look at your reference when you are doing Raster hair. You just look at the reference. So how does it look like? Which technique should I use? Do you understand? You just ask yourself, because there are a lot of Raster hair. You just have to do something to represent it. Your own is it should be real. Do you understand? At the end of the day, what you should achieve is it looks real. Like, what is that? No matter the technique you use to arrive at that portion or that final work, no matter the technique, there's no specific technique. Do you understand? So yours is to make it real at the end of the day. So you yourself have to adapt. You have to understand art. Understand, okay, I've tried this work, I've tried this style, and this style can take me wherever to my destination. Do you understand? What I'm doing right now, I know this scribble is going to take me to my destination, and I'm going to teach you there. That's the technique I'm teaching you. Okay, it's a very, very simple technique. So what I'm currently doing is I'm building my layers. My first layer is called first layer. You see, I'm not deepening it. Yes, it's called first layer, and we are going to build 3 layers. I always preach about building your layers in art. When you are doing anything, you need to build your layers. So we are going to build 3 layers. So I'm building my first layer, and there's 2 more to build on it again. Additional 2 to build on it. Do you understand? Yes. Exactly. So that's my basically my first layer. Okay, my first layer. That's my first layer. So gradually, and when you are doing one thing about one technique or one trick about this is that when you are building your layers, the first layer especially, you don't press your hand too hard to the paper. Okay, you don't press your hand, because if you press your hand, it's going to create a different tone. You're going to make it more deeper. Okay, if you make it more deeper, when you are creating a second tone, there is no benefit in it, or it's not going to look real. Do you understand? So your own is to create the first layer lightly without pressing your hand too hard to the paper. Okay, when you do that, the next one, when you are doing the second layer on it, that's where you make sure the way you didn't press your hand on the first layer, you press your hand a bit harder than the first layer. I don't know if you understand. Okay, to create something darker than the first one on it. The same when you are building the third one, you press your hand to create a tone that is darker than the both of them. Do you understand? And we are going to get to that. It's a simple process, so just watch how I'm doing it. It's a simple process. Very, very, very simple. Gradually scribble lines. Scribble line like round circles. Okay, round circles. Round circles. When you are doing, they have to be together. Okay, they should be compatible. They should be together. It should be together. You see that portion too, the braid is not really visible like that. Do you understand? So the places that the braids are not really visible, I'm just to scribble there in those areas. Places that the braids are visible to, I'll put it how I see it. So that's basically how to create Raster hair. What you see is what you produce. Okay, your own is should just look real. Okay, when somebody, okay, yeah, it looks real, it just look like the reference. No matter the route you go to that realness. Okay, there are so many ways of killing cats. You have to understand that creativity, you have your own creativity. Just create the process you used to do it. So this technique, you keep it in your head. So along the line, you also develop other techniques. Then you add it to it, making two. That's how I learned drawing. So any artist I meet doing, I ask him, which technique do you use to achieve the name? Tell me, you use ABC. And I'll keep it in my head. And I even have my notebook. So, and I write the technique, and I write the artist by it. Do you understand? So if it's logo art that use this technique, I'll write that technique down. Scribble to create textures. I'll write scribble lines. Then I'll write logo art by it. If I meet another person, another artist, okay, if I'm trying to recall an artist name but it's not coming. So if I meet another artist, I'll just write the technique. I'll just ask him, which technique did you use? Then I'll write it by it. Do you understand? So very simple. So if you look at this portion of the hair, see the way I'm doing it. Okay, you need to understand that that portion is different from the first one we just did. This portion, the hairs are very, very scanty. They are not many there. And secondly, they are relaxed. Okay, they are relaxed, like they are sleeping, they are lying down. Okay, however you understand it, they are lying down. So you need to do exactly that. So you, when you are doing it, just watch your reference. What your reference say, then you put it there. Do you understand? Good. So they are relaxed. So you have to also make it relaxed and make sure you don't press your hand too hard. Because when you press your hand too much, you look like they are plenty there. They are not plenty. You see, when you look at it, they are like in grids. The upper one is plenty, the lower one is less. Okay, so whilst I'm doing it, so the portion that I'm doing right now, I also make sure that they are very less. You see, I'm very careful of bringing it there. They are not too many. Even the upper one is plenty than this one, the down one. You need to be careful how to do it, because charcoal is very, very difficult to clean charcoal. Do you understand? It's very, very difficult to clean charcoal. So when you are using charcoal pencil or you are using anything charcoal, you need to be confident. You need to know what you are doing. Okay, you don't have to just go straight forward and do it because you say you should be confident. No, that's not it. You need to understand what you are doing. So if I'm using charcoal in a particular portion, I know that okay, this portion, okay, I can use something to clean it later. Do you understand? I can use electric razor to wipe that small portion I'm using the charcoal. Do you understand? You need to understand whatever you're doing. So gradually, see, that's what I'm doing. Yes. So let's fill this portion. Yes. Gradually with light pressure. Okay, light pressure. Very light pressure. Good. So we are done with the creating of the first layer. We are done with the creating of first layer. So what you are going to do is you are going to fill in the braids, okay, with our first layer. Okay, we are going to basically creating the braids gradually, okay, with our first layer. So that all the hair will be uniform, like everything is in first layer. Do you understand? Yes. So let's fill the white portion, the braid size. So let's fill them. And when you are doing it, this one technique you have to do is that try as much as possible to leave white inside. Okay, don't blend everything black. Everything shouldn't be black. You get it? So as you can see, I'm doing it. I'm leaving some small portions in the middle of the box. Okay, so when you try and leave white, the reason being that we are going to use our eraser to bring out some highlight. Okay, and when you cover every place like that, bringing the highlight will be difficult and it won't look real. Remember, we deal with tones. Okay, so you need to deliberately create those tones down. When you are doing it, you have to, that's what I'm saying, that you need to take your time when you. So you just imagine that you are doing normal braids of ladies, and it's very, very, you are drawing a picture that is very, very long. Yes, you need to take your time and bring out all those braids out. You need to bring them out. So that's how it is. So anytime you are drawing or you are commissioning to do an artwork for somebody, and look at the lady, the braid is from head to toe. You need to know that this it's going to take a lot of time. So you need to charge according to your input, the work you are going to do. You need to charge according to that. When you are doing braids, there's no shortcut. You need to make sure you bring out every single braid. You need to make sure Okay, so you imagine this type of hair that we are doing right now is very, we are doing it big on a wall. Okay, like you are doing 30 by 40 inches, very big at paper. It will take a lot of time. So that's why we charge according to size. Okay, according to size of the work. Okay, charge according to size. Yeah, so I'm gradually filling the boxes. Okay, I'm gradually filling the boxes. Good. I want you guys to feel the realness of producing an artwork, right? Sometimes your gurus will be speeding up the videos for you. You feel like, hey, in these few minutes they're able to achieve this. In these few minutes they are able to do this. No, it's not few minutes. It's real time. Like they take a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. So I just want you guys to know exactly what it entails. Okay, what's inside producing this kind of works, so that you know what you are doing. Okay, that you feel like, why am I only me when I'm drawing? I take like hours to draw. No, everybody, depending on the results you want. Do you understand? You all spend, even people, there are people that spend a lot of hours because they are professionals. They need to reach a certain standard. So even if there is one particular portion that they have to spend days working on, they go ahead and do it. Do you understand? Because they know their worth. They know the kind of work that they have to bring out to the public. They take a lot of time to produce those portions. Do you understand? So you are not different. You are not the only person who take time to draw. Just that if you're a beginner, you don't really understand what you are doing. So you have to be going back and forth and think with your own self. Which technique should I use? What am I doing? Yeah, you'll be confused. But them, they know exactly what they are doing. That's the difference. With the gurus, with your pros, they know exactly what you are doing. Like what I'm doing right now, I know exactly the end result. Do you understand? So you need to understand. You need to pay attention and know that it's time. It's time that you need to create artwork. You need to have a lot of time. So it's patience. Okay. So we are still filling the bricks. Good. Nice one. So, and once you are doing it too, you don't just do it too. You'll be looking at the reference photo. You see, I've placed the reference photo by on my left, right. Yes, exactly. You'll be looking at the reference photo. You don't always do everything from your head. Do you understand? You need to be, so whilst I'm doing it, I'm looking at the reference. I'm not trying to be that hero to be creative to know. I'm working with reference. So any portion I feel like I'm confused, I just look at the reference and I put it there. Do you understand? So you need to look at your reference. A lot of people, when doing this type of hair, they feel like it's from no. That happens with beginners. Beginners, you have to be cross-checking a lot of things. But the gurus or the pros even cross-check more than you guys. You guys feel like, oh, I don't have a lot of time. Let me just know. That's nice. Okay, that's nice. Then. Good. So let's quickly finish um the other side. Gradually. Good. I'm still watching the reference. Oh. I'm still watching the reference, right? So whilst you are watching, we'll be looking at the reference, how I'm doing it. Okay. I'm watching the reference. So you be watching the reference and be watching that way, how I'm doing it. You know, okay, this portion, this is how he did it. This portion, this is how he did it. Okay. I don't want it to speed it up so that you guys just have patience and good. Let's finish the last one. Good. Good. So let's fill these portions. You see the head, right? There's some dark tones there, some shadows. Now good, we are done. We are done with this. So we'll go ahead and create the second layer. Do you understand? We'll go ahead and create the second layer. Right? We'll go ahead and create the second layer on it. So gradually the same process. But this time around, you press your hand, like I said earlier, on the second layer you press your hand a bit harder than the first layer. Okay, press your hand a bit harder than the first layer, so that the darkness will be more than the first one. Do you understand? So that's the trick. That's the trick. Okay. So gradually. I feel like speeding out this video for you guys, but then on the other hand, I want you guys to feel how it is. Okay. I want you guys to see the real thing. The real thing. How it's done. Okay. Speeding up, I don't really approve that though. But you watching the real time, I feel like that one you get more understanding of it. How is that? See, I'm looking at the reference. Okay, I'm watching the reference. I'm not just doing it. I'm watching the reference. So don't play with your reference when you are doing this kind of. Don't think, oh, this one there. Let me use my mind. No, even the shadows, where the portions, you need to watch the reference to know exactly the places that you put them. Okay, so watching your reference is very, very important. Okay, when I'm talking, you should pay attention to it. The reason being that I'm talking from experience, right? um I've been doing this for years, so I'm talking for experience. I've experienced a lot of things, the ups and downs in this. So when I'm saying it or when I'm talking, you should really pay attention to it, because I wouldn't like you guys to repeat the same thing. Maybe some mistakes I made when I was doing this type of hair or when I'm doing artwork. Okay, so I say it so that you guys too won't experience the same thing, so that you'll be higher than that. Hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Yes. So that's how it's done. So I talk from experience, because I've tried it didn't work. So when I immediately I see that, I say it, I spit it out, so that you guys know, okay, this how happen when you do this, what happen when you do that. So you guys should pay attention more to what I see in my videos, because I talk from experience, right? I talk from experience. Good. You should do it gradually. Gradually. Remember, your hand should be harder than the first one. Pressing your arm to the paper should be more than the first layer. So this is basically the second layer. So this is the second layer, and from here we are going to create the last layer. The last layer is very, very simple. So don't relax. It's very, very simple. I'll give you a tip on that. Gradually. You see, that particular portion is dark, right? So that's why I'm doing like that. That particular portion. in that particular portion. Yes, this particular portion, you need to be careful, like I said earlier. So I'm doing it gradually, like I did before, to build that layer there. So when you get to that portion, the hair is no, you are not going to use the same style like the scribble lines. You do it like a line form. Okay, they should be relaxed. The hair should relax. Okay, I'm just watching the reference. I'm making sure I put the same thing there. Good. So we are done with this. So now let's do the third layer. Okay, so the third layer, what we are not going to do everything. Okay, so this time around, what we are focusing on is the darkness, the extreme darkness. Okay, so that's what we are focusing on. So any place that I feel like, or look at the reference, I'm just watching the reference, any place that I see is very dark, I just fix it there. So that's the third layer we are creating. Okay, we are making it, we are fixing the darkness in it, in the hair. Yes. So the first one, we build our layers very light. The second one, we make it a bit darker, and the third one, we are fixing the darkness itself. Okay, so just watch what I'm doing. You feel like the hair will be real. You see the 3D form of the hair. Since I'm putting the darkness, it will look round and things. Yes, exactly. Okay, so I'm just watching my reference, then fixing the darkness in it. Okay, fixing um um this stage actually is very very nice. You feel like, yeah, the hairs are coming out. So that's how it feels. Do not look flat. Yes, because I'm adding some darkness and things, some shadings to it, so they look more real. You just watch gradually how I'm doing it. Okay, I'm just watching my reference photo. Okay, you see, it's coming out, right? Good. Just adding a darkness. Yeah, basically just adding darkness to the whole thing. Yes. You see that particular portion is really coming out. Yes. Good. Good. So we are done. We are done with it. Okay. So we are done with our steps. So the next step is we are going to use our hard brush. Okay. So look at the bristle of the brush. Um, you can't really see it, but then you feel it. It's very, very hard. So use our hard brush to blend everything together. Okay. We are blending everything together. Use hard brush. The bristle should be hard. So we are blending everything together. That's the next step. Okay. Hope you are jotting down the steps. Okay. We are blending everything together. Forget everybody. We are blending everything. Everything. Gradually, just blend everything. Okay. Everything. Everything should go inside, man. I'm blending everything. Yes, gradually, gradually. Good, 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 good. Nice one. Good. Great. Yes. Blend everything. Blending, blending, blending. Everything. All the white, everything. We are blending everything. Good. Good, good, good. Nice one. Nice one. Nice. Good. So we are done. We are done. We are going to use our Tombow Almighty Tombow eraser. Almighty Tombow eraser to bring out the highlight, okay, in the breeze. So that's exactly what I'm doing. You see the portion that we left when we were doing the braids, the white, yes. So we are going to use our eraser to bring those things back to life. Okay, like what I'm doing. It's awesome, amazing, Charlie. So you are going to gradually do it. So the same way, watch your reference. Where it is, put it there. Do you understand? Good. See, it has really come out. Yes, it has really come out. So it's just a simple process, okay? Just a simple process. Just keep it in your head. It's just simple. It's just simple. The first one is to use your charcoal pencil to bring out the outline, okay? The second one is I'm talking about the crease, the braids, okay? The second one is to use the charcoal pencil to fill in those boxes, create the boxes and fill them. Then you blend it, then you create the highlights. It's very, very simple. Okay, it is very, very simple. Understanding the technique is you are 90% done with the work. If you understand the technique, you are done. Okay. But if you don't understand, that's when you find yourself wondering, how is this done? How I was able to achieve this? How can I do it? But if you know the technique to use, automatically you are good to go. Don't worry, it even makes the work faster. Good. Nice one. Nice one. Nice one. And we are done. Let's create the highlight on the second on the scribble lines. Okay, you see I'm cleaning the tip of the eraser. Yes, that's how it's done. You get dirty, then you clean it. So the same way, you are going to use your Tombow eraser to create kind of scribble lines. Okay, the way you created the way you created, use your charcoal to create the scribble here. The same way, use your eraser to create a scribble here. Okay, it shouldn't be, don't press your hand too much. It should be just light. It's kind of like some highlight. Okay, that's what makes it real. Okay, because when light bounce on objects, it creates some highlights and things. So we are using it to create. So if at the end of the day you see like there's some hair strands, small, you're able to identify them. Okay, so that's exactly what, if you can see it, you zoom it, zoom it, and look at it. So we are using our Tombow eraser to create that, exactly that. Do you understand? Yes. You do it all the hair where the scribble line was. You just use it to do it. You create it. Okay. You create it. Having a Tombow eraser, it saves a lot of stress. Okay, as a beginner, try as much as possible to get Tombow eraser and electric eraser. It helps your work. Okay, I remember when I wasn't having those erasers, these erasers, um, the work was difficult for me, right? You feel like something that you can use like 5 minutes to do, you end up using like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Okay, because you have to be using the normal eraser and cutting it and you won't get your desired results. But if you have these two erasers, at least you should have mono zero eraser, which is the Tombow eraser. Have the Tombow eraser. If you don't have the electric, later you get the electric. Okay, so try as much as to get the mono zero. That one, because of how it is, you'll be able to handle it well. Okay, able to handle it to achieve whatever you want to achieve. So these erasers are game changers. Okay, they help a lot. Good, good. See the way I'm doing this side too. Okay, the same process. Okay, the hair are relaxed. So when you're doing it, you need to make sure doing a way that the hair, it will create those hair relaxed. Okay, good. So now let's clean the background. Let's clean the background so that the work will pop up. Okay, we are cleaning the background. Good, good, nice. You need to clean your background whenever you are drawing. Okay, it makes your work really come out. So try as much as possible to be cleaning your background. Okay, white background, it makes you neat, it makes the work neat for you. Okay, now let's use our Tombow electric eraser. Electric. This eraser is very, very powerful. is kind of, because the way use battery to operate. So we are going to use it to do what? To bring out the final highlight. Okay, you know, when light reflects on objects, it creates three tones. We have something called they create the highlight. We have the highlight, we have the middle tone, we have the dark tone. Okay, so we are creating the highlight itself. Okay. The middle tone was how to create it with like the Tombow eraser. You know, electric razor is more brighter. When you use it, more, it scoops more of the depth more than the Tombow razor, because it uses battery to operate. So that's how it is. So we are using that to create our highlight, super highlight. We are just basically, I'm just watching the reference photo where there is more highlights, then I put it there. Okay, that's what I'm just doing. Good, 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 good. To blend it a bit, blend it a bit, just part of it, okay, not anything, just blending part of the hair. To create that natural thing, natural effect, and then just come back and come and put the final highlight. This is just the final highlight, just some small portion. Good, good, nice one. Nice one. Nice one. Thank you. So this is our final result. Okay, don't forget to share this video for me. Thank you. Now we have a drawing class online where we teach beginners how to draw from scratch and how to produce realistic drawing and become that great artist you ever wanted to be. Now this course is available on our website logoart.com. You can either purchase the course there directly or pick the number on the screen and message us on WhatsApp and we will enroll you in this course. Now this course is available for everyone, whether you are in the country or outside the country, everybody around the world. Or maybe you want the tools and materials used in this video and you don't know where to buy them. Now we have everything available. Now pick the number on the screen and message us on WhatsApp and we will deliver to wherever you are. You are always welcome.